Amelia calls this morning's guest Nene. We're going to call her Mayor. Who is she? You'll find out coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at North Myrtle Beach City Hall. We're focused on the city and we're visiting with the Honorable Marilyn Hatley, the Mayor of North Myrtle Beach. I'm trying to get Mayor out. It's tough sometimes. Wednesday morning, 8 a.m.
All the M's.
Yes, a lot of M's there. That's exactly
M's.
Right. Thank you for giving me that.
It's nice to be with you.
So exciting to get in, and of course we kicked off the week with Mike Mahaney, the tremendous city manager who's coming on strong. And yesterday John Bullard was with us, sharing with viewers so much about the exciting things going on in your Parks and Recreation Department. Tomorrow, actually, the Chamber of Commerce sending in Mark Jordan, their president and CEO, which should be fun. We'll wrap up the week with Tom O'Dare and Hilda Carter from the North Myrtle Beach Times.
Very good.
So
very good.
Surely, right here in the center of the week, the excitement of getting you in, who having just celebrated 15 years of service here, public service, to the city of North Myrtle Beach. That must be an exciting feeling.
It has been exciting. It's been a wonderful experience, Greg, and it's really been an honor to serve the people. It's a great community to serve and to work in, and I just can't say enough about the city of North Myrtle Beach.
Yes, yes. When you think about, for you, was there something out there that prompted you to step out and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to run for office to represent? I think you said you served 5 years first on city council, and then decided to make even a bigger run for the mayor.
That's right. Well, I tell you, Greg, you know, I'm one of these people that has to stay busy all the time, and I always have enjoyed community service, working with the different clubs and being involved in the Red Cross and those type of things. And I just felt a real interest in getting involved in government, and my husband and my son and I sat down and talked about it and felt like it was a good time in my life to run for an office, and that's what I did. And you know, I just encourage anyone, and especially women. We need more women involved in government, and I would just encourage anyone, if they have that little tug in their heart that they want to get involved in politics, to go for it. It's a rewarding experience.
Anything that was particularly difficult? You did sit down with your husband and your son, and they got on board, but was there something that was really challenging about it? Is it difficult to go out and ask for help? Is it difficult to ask for the vote, to know that you're going to get a straight answer from somebody? I
don't think I've worked any harder in my life as I did when I ran for the first time. I went door to door. You know, there were a lot of people that I didn't know, and I wanted to get out there and let them see my face and put my name and face together and talk with them, find out what their likes and dislikes were, and to ask them, how, if I become your council person, how can I help you? And it worked. It worked. And I met some wonderful, wonderful people, and some lasting friendships, and it's just been a very great experience.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous. And going door to door in a community that's as significant in size now. It's back then, maybe in '96, it wasn't quite as large. You all have continued to grow, and of course we want to talk a little bit about that. But for a viewer who may not be familiar with really what all is North Myrtle Beach, let's say they're coming in maybe from Calabash and they're traveling in on 17. Give them a little sense of where North Myrtle Beach begins and kind of where it ends.
Well, if you're coming in from Calabash, and right after you come over the bridge from 90, you're entering into the city limits of North Myrtle Beach. And then it has a straight shot down 17 to right as you get into Briarcliff. Briarcliff Acres. So we have, Greg, we have 9 miles of beaches. So but now we've grown a lot. So we're over across the waterway now, and on the Barefoot side.
Right.
And we're all the way up on Little River Neck Road and the Tidewater area. So we've grown a lot, but those places were not, when I first ran as for a city council person, we didn't have Barefoot. And Tidewater was just beginning. So, but of course, when I ran for mayor, those areas were here, and you got out and you knocked on the doors and said, "Hi, I'm Marilyn Hatley, and I'd like to be your mayor." So.
That is tremendous, and obviously very well received.
Well, people have been very kind, very kind.
Yes, Barefoot Resort, a big annexation. I think I saw that was almost 2,000 or right over 2,000 acres back then.
Exactly, and they have grown tremendously, and the lots are filling up. It's a wonderful neighborhood and very active neighborhood, and we're proud to have them in the city.
Yes, we heard the last couple days about another proposed annexation, 1,800 acres, another very significant that could be changing the landscape dramatically.
North Myrtle Beach is growing by leaps and bounds. You know, we have that opportunity because we have what I call raw land on the west side of the waterway, and with our 2 new connectivities over the years, which is 22 and the Robert Edge Parkway, we have a great opportunity for growth, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Early this morning, I got on 31 off of Highway 544 coming up from Earl's Inlet, and to see how quick you see signs for Robert Edge Parkway, it seems like a snap of a finger.
Exactly.
I mean, at 31 feeding up here, and of course seeing signs for 22 coming over to Tanger and around that area of the Myrtle Beach Mall. It's incredible to see how quickly you can be in North Myrtle Beach and to be in the heart of North Myrtle Beach.
It is. And the same way for us if we were going to Conway. It is so nice to have these new roads that we can travel to Conway quickly if we need to go to the courthouse or anything. And we all love to go to Conway to the restaurants and to the theater and so forth. So, yeah, it's nice that we can visit so quickly back and forth.
Very definitely, to the county seat and otherwise. Absolutely. Y'all are about to kick off a new budget year. July 1 kicks off the 2012 year. A lot happening. Of course, a lot has happened over the last couple of years here in the city. But any big exciting things on tap for budget year 2012?
Well, I think the most exciting thing is that we, well, one of the good things, let's start with that. One of the good things is that we balanced our budget, and we were able to do so without a big property tax increase. Now, we are getting ready to build a new sports tourism complex. And this sports tourism complex will not be just for tourism, but it's going to be for the citizens of North Myrtle Beach. A lot of amenities in this complex for the citizens of North Myrtle Beach. And with that, we will be raising our property tax to be that 6 mills will be donated to the debt service for for this facility. The nice thing about it is that we're going to pay it off in 8 years. And so in 8 years, that 6 mills will go away. And what we're talking about is something between $42, $43 extra on your tax bill. If you have a median home needs $250,000 home, so it's really nice. It's really nice. And believe me, with all the amenities that we're going to have, it will be well worth that.
They will get that $43.
That's exactly
and that's if they've got a $250,000 house. I mean, that is a well worth any opportunity. You said it's just for 8 years.
That's right, only for 8 years. And it's a $15 million complex.
Wow.
And we are excited about it, very excited about having our new complex beginning.
When you hear sports tourism, you may not think, hey, this is for me. I'm going to be able to really take take advantage of that.
That's
but obviously, yesterday, for viewers who may have missed John Bullard, hearing him talk about the 8 multi-use fields, the opportunity to have the dog park if folks have dogs, to really get out there. Clearly, it's driven both for residents as well as tourists.
Oh yes, and then we're going to, we're going to have the walking paths. It's not just a sports tournament; it's a health facility also, an outdoor health facility, a place where families can go, where churches and organizations can go for picnics and have things to do, like the water park. And we're also looking at an amphitheater, putting an amphitheater in there. I think we'll be the first amphitheater along the Grand Strand.
Yes.
We can bring in all kinds of entertainment, plays, organizations can use it, schools can use it. I mean, it's just going to be a great facility.
That is tremendous.
Yes.
Even just hearing about it is exciting. Of course, the amphitheater in and of itself, as you said, would be one of a kind here in the area.
One of a kind, and it just brings in more cultural things for us to do and for us to provide for our citizens.
Right. You said health facility. I couldn't couldn't hear those words and not think of the North Myrtle Beach Aquatic and Fitness Center, which I know has been a real blessing for residents. Share with viewers about maybe a little bit about how the North Myrtle Beach Aquatic and Fitness Center became a reality. I know you've been a real champion of that cause, and of course Millennium Chapel not only sings your praises, but a heck of a lot of residents and others.
Well, the Aquatic Fitness Center was a facility that that I had seen similar in the Monroe area, Monroe, North Carolina area, and it was so well received. We in North Myrtle Beach needed to take care of our health. We needed a place for our community to go for all ages. It has become a facility where you not only you get healthier, but you meet a lot of new people and you make a lot of good friends.
Yes.
And more people know each other through the Aquatic Fitness Center. But it was a challenge, and there were a lot of people who thought that was something that we just didn't need. Why would you need a swimming pool? Well, our children in the area need to learn to swim.
Right.
Yes, we have a beautiful ocean, but they can't learn to swim in an ocean.
Right.
They need it. And also, we thought about the sports part. Our children in our schools, they have basketball, they have baseball, they have tennis, they have softball and that type of thing, football, but there are a lot of athletes that can't play ball, but they can swim.
Oh yeah.
And that has been one of the nicest additions is our swim teams, our high school swim teams.
Great, yes.
And our local swim teams, and they compete. It's added another sport to our community that we did not. And it's like I told everyone, there are a lot of colleges that give scholarships for swimmers.
Oh, absolutely. A lot more than people think about.
Exactly, exactly. So I can't be any happier than I have been with the response to our Aquatic Fitness Center. I've even had those who are naysayers to personally call me and say, I am so sorry I gave you a hard time. It's been the best thing that I have ever done for myself.
Really?
Or it saved my life. I had a heart attack. I had to get into a health facility. It has saved my life. And that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
That must be very gratifying.
It
and of course,
gratifying.
I know for you, even you are a big champion of the cause. A lot of other folks wrapped around it and ultimately supported making it happen. Yes.
We did. And what we tried to do is just start out by educating everyone about the type of facility we were going to build, how we were going to pay for it, and that type of thing. And gradually more and more people came on board, and I did have a wonderful group of citizens who were on the committee to help us move this project forward. And I will have to say, I had a wonderful council also who could see and look into the future.
Right.
And they voted to do it, even though there were naysayers. I'll never forget one council person as we were going in to take our vote the night of the council meeting on Aquatic Center, and he said, "Look, I'm going to vote for this, but you know, you or I, neither one are going to get reelected."
Because of that?
Yes. And
wow.
I said, well, you know, that's okay. It's the right thing to do. If it's for the good of the community, that's what we have to base our vote on,
right.
and let the chips fall however they will when
right.
election time comes. And neither one of us were ousted out. We both were reelected, and we're
right.
still on council.
That is tremendous.
Yes.
That is tremendous,
yes.
Marilyn. Son of a gun. Well, speaking of that, that is obviously one of the folks that is still with you today.
Yes, it is.
Share with viewers about the other, or if you wouldn't mind giving us a little feel of the other 6 council members.
I'd be glad to. We have 4 wards, okay. And one council person represents that ward.
Right.
Even though the whole city votes for the elected officials, you have to live in that ward to represent the ward.
Okay.
We have Mr. Greg Duckworth, who is the Windy Hill section. Greg's a landscape architect and has been a wonderful council member. Yeah. He has helped us tremendously with new designs for, well, even for the Aquatic Center.
Oh yeah.
And for parks and for the parking areas, designs, and I mean, he has saved our city thousands of dollars by donating his talent to us. Great representative, excuse me, but great sure. representative for the people of Windy Hill. He meets with them every month, and he has his thumb on what's going on in Windy Hill all the time, and is a champion for the people of Windy Hill.
And you actually live in Windy Hill.
I do.
Yeah,
I
so
do.
that was where
yes.
that was the ward you represented
that was
prior to
yes, that's exactly
mayor.
right. In fact, when I ran for mayor, he ran for the Windy Hill ward.
That is great.
We have Terry White, who represents the Ocean Drive area.
Right.
Terry's been on council longer than anyone else. He's a great representative, so accessible to the people. People can call him, go by and see him, right. And there again, he works very hard and is a champion for his area. And then we have Jay Baldwin in right. Crescent Beach, where the Baldwin family is an old family name, have been around a long, long time. And Jay has a construction company there in the Crescent area, and loves the Crescent area. Built his own home in the Crescent area, and he is one that is always real involved in the community. Very, very good with the young people. Jay's is probably our youngest council member, and he
and Greg are pretty close in age.
He and Greg are pretty close.
Yeah.
And he is very good with working with the young families, and very interested in the sports for the young family. Yes. And we need the young people in our community. We right. need the mix on council. So it's very nice to have Jay and Greg on right. council. We have Doris Williams, who is the representative for Cherry Grove area. Doris is very active with her ward. She's always on top of everything that is going on in her ward. Right. And she is one who you can always pick up the phone and call and talk to. And if she don't have the answer, she's going to get the answer. She's going to find out whatever your needs are. Then we have 2 at large. We have Bob Kavanaugh, right. who is from Tidewater area. And Bob, he was an executive with GE. He brings a lot to the community with his experience in business. He's our number man. Oh, Bob's always going to watch those numbers. Right. And he's great to communicate with, to work with, and he's very active in the community. He was instrumental in the Keep North Myrtle Beach Beautiful group, and he's the one who had the vision along with others to build the historical museum, which is going to be built, or they're going to use the old library facility, right. but they're going to remodel, and hopefully that will be up and running, and in the real near future. And then we have Hank Thomas, and Hank is in real estate here, and he has lived here all his life. He knows the area as well as anyone. There again, he's a very good businessman, and he brings a lot to the table also.
Yes.
So we have a good mix on our council.
Absolutely,
a very good mix.
you do. And you did take the time to go ahead and highlight the commercial interest or the business interest that the folks do. I did not take the time to go ahead and ask about yourself, Marilyn. You stay busy. I mean, the mayor's job obviously keeps you very busy.
I do.
It probably doesn't pay enough to
It doesn't.
to keep,
it doesn't. My husband and I built a new shopping center on 6th Avenue South. It's called Plaza at 6, and that keeps us real busy. I still have the hair salon and lease all the booths out, and well, that keeps me busy. And of course, being here at City Hall keeps me busy. I know one thing. To be a mayor and to be a mayor who accomplishes many of their goals, you have to spend a lot of time. And I mean, not just here at City Hall, but you have to be willing to travel to Columbia, travel to Washington, go to the local meetings, and just find out what's going on so your city can be a part of it.
Yes, that you do. That you do. Golly. Think about some of those goals. You mentioned to accomplish some of the goals, setting out goals. Of course, goal setting is done for the entire group, all 7 of you, the 6 council members and yourself. Goals are a big deal, and are there any goals that really stand out in the foreseeable future that you all have been working towards, that you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or really seeing some successes with?
Well, I think one of them is the sports tourism.
Of course, yes.
We have worked closely with the Chamber of Commerce. We've worked closely with the staff here at City Hall. You know, we have to move forward. We can't sit still and be complacent. We have to prepare for the future. We have to prepare for our young people. The sports complex, we feel, is preparation for the future of our community. It's for economic development. And when you think of economic development, you have to think of what will fit in our area. And, you know, to say that we're going to bring a factory here, well, unless you've got a major interstate, and that's going to be several years away, then you have to think of what will fit, and it has to fit around the beach area. Sports tourism is perfect. We just had a group in of softball players that were here with their spring training, and they were from Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and all over, and some of them, this was the first time they had seen grass since fall. When they left home, it was still snow, covered in snow. They loved it. They had a wonderful time. They got their spring practice in. They had their competition, and they also went home with a sunburn. So, so they had a great time.
I love it.
These are things that we have been working toward, and I think that if you will look at our facilities, since I have been mayor and this council has been with me, we have added on twice to our community center at Possum Trot. We added a new gymnasium, we added new classrooms for art classes, music classes, just different kinds of cultural things that we can offer to our community. We also added a new sports center there. That's where the softball practice was. And so we have kept looking at what we can do. The next thing that I've been real proud of is our underground utility program. That's something that we started, was our underground utility program. And what a difference it does make in the way your community looks. It's when you get the wires underground. Just take a ride on Ocean Boulevard and you will see what a difference it has made. And it's a costly project. That one is a costly project, but we're moving forward as we can afford to do so. The Santee Cooper works well with us, and we are going to continue until we get all of these utilities underground. Then another great accomplishment I think that we have had are the 2 main highways that have been built entering into our city, and that is the Robert Edge Parkway and the 22. Our infrastructure has improved tremendously, tremendously. And I probably could go on and on and on and on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But if you did, that would run out of time.
That's right.
And of course, we've got to ask the best part about being a grandmother. Hearing you talk about Amelia, your granddaughter.
Yes.
I hope I said that right. Hearing you talk about Amelia, the excitement for you, and of course, hearing of so many hobbies, being a classical pianist and having done that for 10 years locally and regionally and nationally even. But being a grandmother's got to be a biggie.
Being a grandmother is the most rewarding thing in my life. She is the love of my life. Amelia is 8 years old, and she is just a doll. Every time she walks in the room, she brightens my life. And we play a lot together. I'm her playmate. We play a lot together, and ever since she was old enough to sit at the piano stool, I have let her play on the piano. And now she takes piano, and she is excellent in piano and loves it. So I'm very proud of her that she is playing the piano. And she's in sports, and of course as they get older they get more involved, and she's just a great little girl, and I don't know what I couldn't imagine life without her.
Great way to wrap, Marilyn. The Honorable Marilyn Hatley, Mayor here in the city of North Myrtle Beach. Stay tuned for a little more All-American People coming up next. There were so many more questions we had laid out to ask. Who inspires her? What she's most proud of in her entire life? You heard the answer though, didn't you? Service to the community here and service to her granddaughter. Being a playmate. Hearing her talk about Chad and her husband, exciting things. But Amelia, that's what it's all about. She'll be a playmate for years to come. She's not playing when she's here in the building. It's serious stuff. When she's here in the community, it's serious stuff. She's representing a lot of people who have needs. There's serious things for them, and the opportunities to see North Myrtle Beach grow, a community she's called her own for many years. www.nmb.us, or if you got questions, 843-280-5555. Give them a call. They're here for you. The Honorable Marilyn Hatley, Mayor. Thank you again, Mayor.
Thank you. That's my pleasure.